It was one of those days. One of those days when the mirror smiles back and the wardrobe reached out and said, "What is it? It suits you." One of those days when the traffic lights all turned green as I passed and the streets were full of potential friends. A day when the trees were heavy with gold and the hands of the clock swept round his face and kept time with my song as I danced right through one of those days. But they're not all like that, you know. Last week I had one of these days. It was one of those days when, without any warning, the space-time continuum shifted to morning. The twin suns had risen, the 9 moons had set, and the kitchen called, "Master, you want kitchen? Yeah. You want breakfast? Yeah." I lay in my capsule, so snug and so lazy. But all of a sudden the big screens went crazy. The newscaster rolled all his 17 eyes and said, "Monsters have landed from our skies. They only had 2 legs to stand on, 1 head." I sat up in shock and I leapt out of bed. It was one of those days when I had to go out and meet those invaders the dream was about. I tried to stay calm, but I'd had quite a fright. I shouldn't read Philip K. Dick late at night. And now the unfortunate tale of John, who would not do the ironing, but lived to cheer West Ham to victory. John said that he was a new man. That is, until his wife began asking John to help her more. He told her, "Listen, here's the score. Housework is women's work," he said. "That's the reason I got wet. Ironing shirts when West Ham's on the telly? Oh no, no way, not on your Nelly." John was an old-fashioned bloke, and that is how he always spoke. His wife, whose name was Susan, smiled. "You said you'd help me. You beguiled me when we met. Now keep your word." But John pretends he hasn't heard. And as her words fall on deaf ears, and West Ham wins to Johnny's cheers, she packs her bags and off she goes to meet an MCP she knows who won't wash up, but is a lot more fun in bed than John. And the moral is, a woman who is tired of ironing is tired of married life. As we're nearly at Mother's Day again, it seems to be going on a long time since January, but as we're very nearly at it, I thought I'd read a couple of poems about my mother, memories of my mother, because she's not alive anymore. Retirement plans. "When I grow old," said my mother, "I'll change my life. I'll rent a garret on the left bank of the Seine in Paris. Give up being a mother and a wife. Spend my days painting. Drink red wine all night. My friends will be artists. Maybe I'll write." "But what about Dad?" I objected. My mother reflected. "He'll be okay," she said. "He'll buy jalabi, sandals, a scarab, and live in the desert along with the Arabs. He's learning the lingo at evening class. He'll go over to Gaza." I thought, what a gas! I'll spend April in Paris, winter with Dad. There was going to be some fun to be had. I hoped that my parents' plans all would come true. But after all that, they just moved down to Bude. One more about my mother. This is called Staying Alive. When she was 35, my mother said, "I shall be dead when I'm 53, like my mother before me." But when she was 43, with a new son on her knee, she decided to survive. When she was 65, my mother had survived 4 births, a miscarriage, operable tumours, and the interminable boredom of middle age. She had marched with CND, she had learned ceramics and the little Russian, and the internet, and she was still alive. When she was 69, my mother had kept alive all 3 daughters, her son, tens of cats, scores of mice, wounded birds and rabbits, had nursed her 2 sisters to their cancerous deaths, and she was still fine. When she was 75, living on cheese, scotch and cigarettes, not always in that order, a stroke convulsed my mother's brain. Forgetting her death wish, she struggled back again, walked, talked, bought bought junk on eBay, obsessively, still alive. When she was 79, the nurse said, "First order was right, Her pursed lips said it all, I thought. My mother would be fine. There are so many poor old women in here. The nurses patronize us. They call us dear. Last night I had to help that lady over there. I rang and rang, but no one came. But I'm in such pain, such pain. No, I was wrong. She wasn't fine. When she was 80 and a day, I saw my mother's body laid in a dim chapel. Her face, not peaceful as they say, but empty, defeated, unrecognizable. She is so beautiful, my father sobbed, and howled like a stricken wolf every day for a year, because he was still alive. Same news, I think, same news. The sad story of Michael, who was a habitual flirt. Michael was an awful flirt. His charm was legendary. It hurt his steady girlfriend when she saw the way he always hoped to score. One night, as Mike was chatting up a girl called Anna, whose bra cut was 32 and double D, his girlfriend told him, "Don't you see, if you go on, my plan is this. I'll have to shoot you. I won't miss." But Michael said, "You won't, you know. I really love you, don't you know?" And carried on to flirt some more. His girlfriend, feeling very sore, like Cupid, took a bow and arrow, aimed, shot, and his escape was narrow. Her shot did not go through his heart, but rather lower. It did smart, and now his voice is quite high-pitched. His girl now seeing Anna. "Bitch," says Michael, "how on earth was I to know that both the girls were bi?" And the moral is, a bitch in the hand is worth two birds in each other's bushes. And finally, a poem about me. A poem about me. Who am I am Penny Chews. I'm Muffin the Mule. I'm the goon on a crystal set. I'm Threatening Bits. I'm a pink Angora jumper. I'm a paper nylon petticoat. I'm a beehive. I'm the Beatles before they grew old, died, or turned classical. I'm Martin Luther King and JFK. I'm the Cold War, the Iron Curtain, the Berlin Wall. I'm the end of them all. I'm the OU, the EU. I'm okay, you're okay. I'm the Wolfenden Committee. I am trannies before they were cross-dressers. I am tape deck, CD, DVD. I'm a telephone too heavy to be a mobile. I am a microchip. I am a word processor. I am my grandmother's singer, machine. I am my grandfather's madness. I am my father's weak left leg. I am my father's prejudice against the USA. I am my mother's prejudice against my father. I am the axe with which my mother killed diseased rabbits. I am my daughter's struggle to grow. I am the caress I give to my lover. I am my lover's need to caress me. I am 64. Thank you.